Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Over my Kpai Body because I wasn't created to fulfill one traditional obligation. I was created to fulfill God's glory. I deserve real love and happiness, and you can't keep me against my will. Olori Naomi is alleged to have fought back. We got a report that when the Oni of Ife invited them to come to the palace, Olori Naomi was not there in the palace. The uncle went. Nami was represented by one of the aunt and the mother and all of that. Oni put out this proposition to them that, look, this is what I want. That what do you think the house of Oduduwa will look like if it is the street inside the house of Oduduwa is littered with the beautiful things of life. That is the Oloris. Now, right now, you see the beautiful Oloris that he's got. They are adding color to the royal family. That this fight back and forth is not necessary. That traditionally, he's got the right to marry as many wives as possible. And that Nami should return back home and take her place as the most senior wife, and that nobody is driving Naomi from the palace. Nami is running from pillar to post because she is listening to people who are not necessarily happy that she is married to the king. That Naomi needs to come back home, let them all live like one big happy family, and see how people will envy them from the outside. That all of these are all noises that they all need to come back, that he is not giving Naomi no freedom, no divorce. The reason happens to be that he loves Naomi. He loves all his wives. So that is exactly what the Oni of Ife said to the family of Olori Naomi. And they said the uncle was so unhappy, the mother, everybody was so unhappy. So now, upon bringing this news to Olori Naomi, they said this even devastated Naomi the most, or the more, where that was why she said it's over her Kpai Body, that she wasn't created to fulfill one traditional obligation, that she was created to fulfill God's glory, that she deserves real love and happiness, and that Kabiyesi can never, ever hold her against her wish. Now, do you know why Nami is saying she was not created to fill one traditional obligation? You do know that with the fact that Kabiyesi has 6 wives who are with him right now, because, of course, right now, the situation as at today is that the women are fully with Kabiyesi. They are right there in the palace of the Oni of Ife. Even when Kabiyesi went for seclusion, when all of those expositions were coming out, they now asked Kpai to excuse them from the palace because that was what the gods were demanding. Kabiyesi came back from seclusion, and after the prayers, he told Kpai to go back, that he was not going to go against what the Gise house said. But the next day, he called Kpai back into the palace. Now, as we speak, all the wives are in the palace with the Oni of Ife. The only woman that is not in the palace right now is Ebony. Ebony is still in UK because she has not been welcomed into the palace of the Oni of Ife. You and I know that when the time is right, Ebony will be welcomed into the palace. So with all of these women and all of the things that the Oni of Ife has been saying recently, praising his wife and telling the entire world how these women mean to him, you and I can now agree that the reason why he may need Olori Naomi may be because of all of those traditional things, okay? Yes, maybe it's just because of the traditional things that he needs Olori Naomi. And Olori Naomi is saying she was not created to fulfill one traditional obligation. She was created to fulfill God's glory. Now, for those of you who will come and judge that, okay, what was she thinking? Because a lot of you asked me, what was she thinking when she got married? I will never call the marriage between Olori Naomi and the Oni of Ife a mistake. Me, I wouldn't call it that. I don't know why a lot of people call it that, but I do not think it's a mistake. You and I know Naomi today because she got married to the Oni of Ife. We saw her beauty, we saw her heart, we saw saw her gorgeousness, we saw her, attitude, disposition. We got to know more just because she married the Oni of Ife. Now, you will not deny that Oni of Ife is instrumental to the popularity that Olori Naomi has right now. God used Oni of Ife to bring Olori Naomi up, but then again, Naomi has grace. Grace. Now, grace found Naomi, and up until now, grace is still finding Naomi, because if Naomi was not important, or if there is no grace, why is it so difficult for Kabiyesi to let Naomi go? That is the question that you and I need to ask ourselves. What is the big deal? Why is it such a big deal for Kabiyesi to let Naomi go? That is the question that you and I need to ask ourselves. But however, Naomi is saying that it is never going to happen, that Kabiyesi is never going to try and hold her against her will, that she was created to fulfill God's glory, and she will indeed fulfill God's glory, whether with Kabiyesi or not. They say she says she is not doing again. She is not staying again. She will never stay, and she will never come back. I do not think that this is going to be an easy road for Olori Naomi, because I see that Kabiyesi is very adamant. I know one thing, that if the courts are not ready to find a way to give Naomi freedom, it will now be hold on the traditional people to give Naomi this freedom. And if they refuse again, how is Naomi going to take it? The last option would be that they bring Iyanifa back to Nigeria. And thank God there are a lot of people who are willing to sponsor Iyanifa back. Iyanifa has given Kabiyesi 60 days. That should he not divorce Naomi, like give Naomi freedom, anybody in Kabiyesi's family who is ready to help Naomi out, anybody that has the same blood composition with Kabiyesi, if that person can stand for Olori Naomi, that yes, that she can make this happen. So that might just be the last resort for Olori Naomi, because I don't see Kabiyesi ready to give Naomi any go ahead to start her life. A lot of people are saying maybe this is some kind of punishment on Olori Naomi. Maybe like Kabiyesi is trying to, take some kind of vengeance or something, which we do not know. Others are saying it's love. Others are saying Kabiyesi is confused, and a lot of things are going on. But whatever it is, I have to let you know that, look, Kabiyesi is not ready to give Olori Naomi that divorce. And at the end of the day, I think it will be an external person like Iyanifa who will be willing to come and give Naomi that divorce. But who amongst Kabiyesi's family will stand out for that divorce? That is the question right now. And I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on